Good afternoon, John here again. Well, I drug out a few of the old pieces that I still have. I've given a lot of them away. I don't know how many pieces of firewood I've whittled into some creation. These are just a few here. The coyote in the back, that's a little more fun, I guess you'd say, and detailed. That was actually basswood. That really wasn't firewood. That was just some basswood that I had. But I call him the architect. He's holding the blueprint of my house that I drew up on the old drafting board that we're living in. We've almost lived in almost 40 years now. But yeah, that's apple wood, and that's a piece of apple from the apple tree of my boyhood home that I grew up in. And then piece up here is actually this one, and this one up here are both kind of inspired by Henry Moore. That's an abstract, I forget what, Henry Moore had a huge piece in museum in Chicago. It was Woman with Child. I'm not sure what this one was called. I can't remember, but it's just an abstract of a female form. And then this was my creation from after reading John Donne's poem, Death Be Not Proud. It's a dying man bowing before his maker. You can see he's kind of looking pretty ragged, but that was a piece of walnut, and I call it Death Be Not Proud. But I've done, I don't know how many. I've done little hillbillies, little with beards, and little ones and big ones, and did a lot of birds, a lot of little doves, real smooth, and I could put a nice finish on them. But I've got one coat of tung oil on just the top. I haven't decided yet if I'm going to do the legs or not. I started down a little bit, but I'm not sure if I'm going to use this to put a piece of my carving on in the corner, like maybe out in the sunroom, or maybe a plant. But that burl, I almost threw it in the fireplace probably a half dozen times. And I walked back to the shop with it and set it on the table saw. And the final time I decided I'm going to make something out of it. One thing about firewood, if you screw up, you can just always throw it in the fire. But anyhow, little fun projects on cold winter afternoons, I guess you might say. But, all right, you all have a good one. God bless.